Hello, welcome to the Lynn Lowdown. Today we have as our guest Lynn Recycling Coordinator Julia Greene. We're going to talk about the program now in its third year and some tips to make it easier for us.
All right.
Thanks for coming on again, Julia.
Okay.
So tell us first about the program. Everybody noticed now that they have the green bins. Tell us why they're out there and why are they two sizes?
Okay, yeah. The recycling carts are 64 gallons for the trash, and the recycling carts are 96 gallons. And so the recycling cart is larger than the trash cart. And the reason why is because it's actually an incentive, a little bit of an incentive psychologically, where you're not really paying attention to it, but to recycle more. So it's also because we pick up recycling every other week. So we need a larger cart for the recycling cart. So really, at this point in time, probably about 80% of the waste that you produce can be recycled. It has to be clean and dry, but it can be recycled. So you really need to be putting most of everything you produce as waste into the recycling cart, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Yes, people would be surprised once they really start to, instead of just pitching, think twice about it, and you find out that a lot of things are organic. They're going to go down the garbage disposal or in a separated garbage area so that it doesn't smell up your regular trash. People don't understand that there's a difference between trash and garbage a lot of times. Yeah,
so let's talk about garbage a little bit, because I have a really good tip that I give everybody now, which I learned a few years ago, which is, first of all, if you have a garbage disposal, put all the vegetable waste, everything that can go down in a garbage disposal, according to the instructions of the garbage disposal. But then if you have things like bones and all of that, what I suggest is getting a small bucket, put it in the freezer, and then you put that food waste in the freezer and you freeze it. And then on trash day, you pour that bucket into the trash can bag and you put it in your cart. No smell. By the time that's melted, the truck it's inside the truck. You're not going to be attracting any rats or raccoons or any other type of pests. So I suggest that to everyone. It really works wondrously.
That is a good trick. I had a roommate who was in the food business once, and he showed me that trick. And I said, that's good. The rule of thumb, folks, is if it came out of the refrigerator, it's going to decompose and smell and attract vermin at room temperature.
Yes.
So either put it in a designated garbage place, and there's a lot of composting going on these days. But basically the thing is try to separate it from your non-smelly assorted trash. But now let's really focus on the recycling.
Let me make a plug real quickly for the composting, because right now DPW is offering a composter for only $25, and it's a $100 value composter that you would pay at a big box store. And so you can get those at DPW, and if you're a gardener, you can have your composter out in the back and create some really beautiful soil. And then we're working with different groups in the city too, like the Food Project and Lynn Community Gardens, and we're doing trainings on composting. So that's another thing we're doing, and it's all about trashing less and recycling more and getting that food waste out of the waste stream so that it can be put in to dirt on your and make a beautiful garden. So just another idea.
Keep organics out of your trash.
Yes.
And certainly before you throw in recycling, rinse. We're going to get into that in a little bit. We want to talk about first about the current program. Are people going to be getting postcards again?
Yeah, so we have a grant from the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, and it's called the Recycling IQ program, and it's for improving quality of recycling. So really what's happening in the country right now, just a little bit of background, is that the Chinese government in China are the ones who get our recycling. We ship our recycling, we sell it to the Chinese.
Now that's interesting to know.
Yes, it is interesting to know, but what's more interesting is they've changed the rules of the game, and they want very clean recycling, and they're not accepting recycling if it's not clean. This is why we have this Recycling IQ grant, because what we're going to be doing, and what we did last summer, is we're going to be lifting the lid of the recycling carts and checking if there's recycling in there, and if there's trash in there, we're going to reject that cart. We're going to hang one of these, what we call oops tags, onto the cart, and then turn it, and it won't be picked up, and you'll be asked to basically clean it up and then put it back out the following week.
Just a reminder, folks, this isn't a punishment program, it's
Yeah.
an educational program.
It is.
We're into the 3rd year now, so pretty much there's a lot of complying, but a lot of absentee landlords haven't told some of their tenants,
Yeah.
and new people moving into town have to be continuously reminded about
And
the
then
program.
also there's confusion. There's always confusion. People hear certain things and then they think that's correct. Like even a neighboring town, I won't mention the town, but the person who was on the recycling committee said you can put dirty pizza boxes in the recycling. And you can't do it in that town either. So I don't know why that person said
know,
that.
a lot of it
but
is
there's
just-
a lot of misinformation.
A lot of it's just basic humanitarian common sense.
Yeah.
Remember that somebody handles your trash
Mm-hmm.
after you do, and they're going to be physically handling through it. So just think
Yeah.
of this unseen person who you don't want to get food contamination all over them.
Mm.
And here's where we can segue to what constitutes contamination.
Yeah.
And what's the big one, Julia? What don't we want in recycling?
Plastic bags.
And any films of any
Plastic
sort.
bags, and I think there's visual too, and
This
no
would be-
film too.
Yeah, film bags, plastic bags,
Yeah.
and why?
Because it gets caught in the machinery at the recycling plants when they process it. So a lot of people confused about Poland Spring
And wires,
water bag
no wires and
wrappers.
ropes and wires
It's
and
another thing
cables,
that
things
gets
like that.
it gets caught in the machinery as
Yeah,
well.
because it picks through,
Yeah.
and it's easy to have bottles pop out in this, but when it gets into something gummy, just think about it.
Yes.
And I always use the
Yeah.
illusion it's like hitting a plastic bag if you're blowing your snow.
Right,
Same
right.
thing.
It's the same
So-
thing. And you know, the other thing is that you know they have tried to figure out how. If you go to one of these recycling processing plants, they're amazing because they know how to separate out different types of plastic. They know how to separate out the metal. There's a magnet that will pull out everything. They shake it, and certain things come. The weights of the different plastics, they've figured all that out, but they still haven't figured out plastic bags.
Okay, we got about 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's just go through some easy
Okay.
procedures. Now, the way I do it in my
Yeah.
kitchen is, if you don't want to handle everything twice, so why not have a paper bag? And by the way, more and more cities are eliminating plastic bags in their trash.
Yes.
It's close as Salem just
Yeah.
went in the beginning of the year. So now when you have these, don't throw them out. Keep them, and I use the box as a bin, and
Yeah.
you put them in. How
Yeah.
about this? General cardboard
Yeah.
from Snacks Crackers?
Yes.
How about
Yes.
juice containers? Now, here's one.
No,
Two types
no
of eggs.
styrofoam.
All right.
Trash.
This is what they call foam.
Yeah.
Expanded foam. Generically, we call it styrofoam. This should go into the regular
Right.
trash bin.
Yes.
In a bag liner so that you can seal it up and throw it into the small cart later. But these, made out of the
Perfect.
paper,
Yeah.
these go right into recycling. How about these?
Yep.
How about these?
No, because it's something that gets caught in the machinery.
All right, so don't throw these right into the
Yeah.
regular trash.
Yes.
Tin,
Yep.
plastic lid.
Yes.
Now, the jury's out on things like this.
That actually can go in. Put
Okay.
that in. But the takeout goes in the trash.
Because
Yeah.
this might be contaminated with food. So
Yes.
you see the pattern here?
Yeah.
Very
in
little
fact,
is
it
going
is. You
into
can
this
see
trash.
you can see the residual of the oils
Right.
on that.
If you can smell it, you
Yeah.
can. This, of
Yes.
course, recyclable.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
this is always one I wonder
Trash.
about.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's a harder plastic, and I think sometimes they number
Yeah,
them
but you
1,
know
2,
what?
and 3.
If you accidentally throw that in, it's not going to break the bank. you
I
know?
just say
Yeah.
err on the side of good intention.
Yeah.
How about ice cream containers? After you rinse them out,
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
things like this. I actually like to separate the
Yeah,
plastic from the
separate it
cardboard.
and throw that
Again,
away.
thinking again.
Yeah.
And sometimes you take soda
Recycle.
cartons and you can actually use these as through the week, throw things in,
Oh
and then you
yeah.
can bring
Put
it
your
out,
cans in there.
put
Yeah.
it all in the recycling.
Right. Yeah.
Then it all
Recycle.
goes right into the bin without
Yeah.
handling it twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we have to wrap this up, Julia.
Okay,
It's
all right.
been wonderful. People watch for those tags coming, and just teach everybody, teach the children, and next thing you know, they'll be happy to take out the trash and recycling for you.
Right.
So watch for those things in the mail, and just keep everybody doing what they're supposed to be doing, because since the program, I've noticed an improvement in our city.
Great.
So next time,
All
until
right.
next time, we'll see you on the Lynn Lowdown.